Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day today. Early start, uh, due to the fact that we are the guest co-host on FLK Radio today at 11 a.m., broadcasting live from the Staten Island Ferry Woodhall Terminal in the Manhattan side. Today, we're going to touch on a lot of subjects. We're going to just get the gist of the people on how they feel, the way this country's being ran, the individual expenditures of their tax dollars, the analogy between Dr. Mengele and Dr. Fauci dealing with the vaccine in conjunction with making an analogy towards him being in Auschwitz. He would be right in with them if he was back then under Hitler. How can you mandate a city employee, state employee, to take a vaccination when you initially offered it to first responders priority and hundreds of them were dying, some dying on the job hours later? We will touch on that too. But on Friday, feel free to call in. I will be guest co-host again on Friday. Thank you, Faisal Khan, for making the offer. U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter is getting a lot of airtime now due to our validity to a lot of things. We, the people, for the people, by the people, have a voice. Don't ever succumb to the status quo saying, what are you going to do, fight City Hall? Yeah, that's my constitutional right under the 7th Amendment, under the 14th Amendment. And if they violate any other amendment, you can quote that too. But 7th Amendment is a right to trial by jury of your peers and due process of law under the 14th, equal application and protection of law clause. So again, excuse me for the cough. Again, we the people, for the people, by the people will be heard. Today, tomorrow, the day after, and in infamy. Because that's your vested constitutional right under the umbrella of protection of the U.S. Constitution. We need people to stand up. We need people not to fight in party in the Republicans. We've already proven that the Democrats are in bed with a communist regime. We already proven that there are terrorist groups, designated as terrorist groups by the Department of Homeland Security, that are backed by former officials from the White House and from the State House. We got people out there who wanted to do harm to the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, and openly said it on TV, and they were part of the Senate and Congress. Where are we today? We are at a very, very serious juncture today, because now these crossroads where the court clerks, you don't even know who they are. They're doctoring up stuff, changing rules and regulations in the computer systems. That's why we cannot get rid of books. Antifa wants to get rid of books. That's why Obama is backing them. The Obama-Biden agenda is diabolical. The Obama-Biden agenda is a serious violation of U.S. constitutional rights. The Obama-Biden agenda backs genocide of the Italian-American people, Jewish people, Asians, Middle Easterns, and other ethnic groups that are here in America, as you heard Patrisse Cullors say. She wants to exterminate the white race. Well, that covers all of Europe, because Caucasians are Europeans. That means German, Russians, everything. But she won't exterminate the communists, because she's an admitted Marxist organizer trained by communists. So again, I ask you, in 2024, are we going to have the same problem as the Russians said earlier? We're going to give Donald Trump a president. And you know what that president was? They fixed the election for the Democrats because of Donald Trump's cunningness, his fearlessness when it comes to negotiations, and his means to break a person down to face the truth. You aren't going to pull the wool over Donald Trump's eyes. The FBI has tried to, using COINTELPRO, the FBI SIA program, and the CASAC program. I, too, founder of the U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter, have been subject to such programs where they tried to break Kevin Rizzoli down, a U.S. Navy trained person stationed overseas who was tasked to do many, many things for our country under the Bush administration. So again, we the people, for the people, by the people, need to listen to people who were in the know. I was injured several times in the line of duty overseas. My friend says, wow, I didn't know that. Well, we don't go around broadcasting what we do for the country and take medals for it. We do live a good life overseas, yes, we do. But we do hard work, and sometimes some of us don't come home alive. Some of us don't even come home. I have friends that are still missing. I have friends that died in front of me, fighting for this country, fighting for your freedom. The very freedom that they're trying to take away from you. The very freedom that the present administration is giving away. The present administration is giving your tax dollars to people who wear the Nazi third rank insignia embossed on their skin. Over 475 captured by Russian forces today have found over 475 Ukrainian soldiers to have that embossed on their skin. The insignia of the third rank. After your great-grandfathers, my uncles and stuff died in the war, suffered mental anguish. My Uncle Jimmy came home shell-shocked. I fought for this country and got injured in the line of duty. And they want to give our country away. What happened to over 200 Chinese nationals belonging to the Communist Party of China that were just caught recently coming across the south border in Texas? Nobody hears about that all the time, but they want to hop on Donald Trump. Nobody hears all the time how these fake IDs are coming in with people's pictures embossed on them, with the individual chip for the passport. Why don't we go and look at these addresses these are? Because they did, and a lot of them came in, and they happen to be true. Those people do live there. Now, how did China get their address? Before, I'll leave that open for your mind. Use your mind. Open up your eyes and your ears. Use your brain. We cannot sustain this country without people supporting the country. I'm all for immigration. I'm all for helping people because my grandparents came over from Europe. They built a successful pastry business. We built produce business, farms. My mother's father worked for Westinghouse. So again, everybody in this country comes from somewhere out of this country. But to make an effective living and be part of an effective machine, you have to pay your taxes, your Social Security, if you want Social Security. Some of us pay with our blood to deserve what we get. But it's taken away because of, oh, well, we have to give this, we have to be open. Well, you have to be open. Veterans are sleeping on the street. Don't know where their next meal is coming. Freezing, dying on the street because they have no place to live, because they get abused from going into the shelter system. The shelter system is no more than like a prison. How do I know? Because I was part of it. At one time, I lived over 3 years in a shelter. 3 years on the street. I picked myself back up. And I plan on staying back up. Nobody cares but yourself. Help yourself by helping other people with knowing the Constitution, knowing their rights. Excuse me. You cannot delay any longer. Election is coming around. We have a courthouse in Staten Island that doesn't even have a flag on it. At 26 Central Avenue, they don't even fly the flag anymore, and it's way over a year. They don't fly the New York flag or the United States of America flag. Everybody passes the buck when I call. But they know when re-election time is coming because I just got a flyer in the email. We need your support. Well, we need your support too. Support the United States of America. Put that flag back up on 26 Central Avenue and put the New York State flag back up there. Be proud. Don't sit there like it's just a regular office building. That's a hall of justice. That ain't just us. It's for everybody. Everybody to be aware. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you at the ferry if you're passing by. Stop by. We'll be at the hot dog sandwich shop at the table right by where the CNN will be in our backdrop, the TV. The Communist News Network plays on there 24/7. So we don't support Communist News Network, but we are FLK Radio. So we have to go and be thankful where we're going to be broadcasting from. Again, 11 a.m., Whitehall Terminal of the Staten Island Ferry, the departure area is where we will be at, taking your views and your input and broadcasting them worldwide. We're in several hundreds of different countries right now. So again, we are a voice to be reckoned with, and we will be putting you out there if you are wrong. If you're wrong, America, we will put you out there. If you don't respect the U.S. military, we will put you out there. If you don't respect the Constitution, we will put you out there. And if you don't respect U.S. Constitution protects all lives matter, we will see you in court. That's why the U.S. District Court clerks are covering up a lot of cases that are filed. Rizzoli versus Black Lives Matter is a very serious case that's covered up. And right now there's a FOIA complaint that's in Washington, D.C. before Judge Nichols that was wrongfully dismissed without prejudice because of they didn't have proper service. Well, proof of service was given to the court clerks via U.S. mail. If that didn't get there, you know what? That's just another time that the court clerks took the stuff out under COINTELPRO, FBI SIA program or KSAC program, whichever you want to call it. But the core foundation of such programs is the COINTELPRO. They will alter your documents. There is videotapes in 16 CV 7136 before John Schoenfeld, a civil RICO in the Southern District of New York, that disappeared. Where are they? And I personally handed the flash drive to the clerk. Where is it? There is records stating that Kevin Rizzoli was a member of the U.S. Army in 12 CR 550, Southern District of New York. U.S. versus Rizzoli, where I was indicted. I was never in the United States Army. I challenged the records, but nope. They had a corrupt attorney by the name of Mitchell Dinestein assigned to represent me, who was very argumentative and tried to extract information about other things, knowing that we were being taped. So again, where is justice? We will discuss that today. Stop by, give us your points of view about the present administration. Thank you.